Hey there, quilting friends. It's Carolina Moore, your favorite sewing and quilting YouTuber. And today we are doing month 8, the August block in our 4-patch block of the month. If you're new around here and you want to find out what's up with this block of the month, go down to the description of this video. I have all kinds of links to everything you need to get all caught up if you want to do this block of the month. So today's block, this month's block, the August block, is done in 2 parts. And I can't wait to show you how to put this together. You ready? Let's get started. Okay, so as usual, I have my pieces cut. If you need the cutting instructions, go down to the description to find out how you can get access to those. And we have our squares and our small triangles and then our big triangles. Now these big triangles were cut as a square that was cut twice on the diagonal, right? So it was cut one direction and then another direction. So that's how we made these. These ones were just a square that was cut once on the diagonal. And that gets us nice accurate pieces for making our block. All right, those don't need to be stacked up perfect. They're fine. Okay, so we're gonna start with this square with 2 half square triangles units. We've done this before in a previous block, so it's not craziness. We're going to add one piece onto one side by stitching it. There will be a triangle that sticks off the end, no big deal. We'll press that towards the triangle. We'll do the same with the other side, clipping off the dog ears before pressing, and that's going to be the one side. Super simple. We've done this before. The other side, we haven't done this before, but it's also super simple. We're just taking these 2 units, these 2 quarter square triangle units, putting them right sides together and stitching along one of these short ends. And you can't stitch along the other short end, because if you stitch along the other short end, you'll end up with your background and your solid being on the wrong sides. So you need to make sure that when you stitch this, that you are stitching on the correct side of this half square triangle unit, or quarter square triangle unit. These are 2. It's a half triangle, quarter square triangle units. I don't know. You tell me down in the comments what you think that unit should be called. It has some pretty crazy names, I'm sure. All right, so we're gonna get started with our actual sewing. Let me actually remember to put on my reading glasses so I can see what I'm doing. I have gardeners again today making their noise. So we're just gonna deal with that noise behind me and get sewing. For chain piecing, I'm usually using my little chain piecing gadget to cut these apart. And now they can all get pressed, and they're pressing them towards the triangle. Now you know I like to lay out my blocks so that I know everything's getting stitched where it's supposed to. I've learned from experience that sometimes I stitch the seams in the wrong spot. So laying everything out lets me know that everything's going in the right direction. So we're going to clip these apart. And before I go pressing them, I do want to cut off these dog ears. There we go. So now we can press these. Also pressing towards the triangle. Let me clean up my dog ears, and now I can stitch these together, which is just sewing these two quarter square triangle units together. Now these can all get pressed towards the darker side. And now I have the two sides of my square. And these, I'm going to just tilt them just so it's easier for me to grab them and bring them to the sewing machine. Can put them right sides together. They should be, yep, perfect, the same size. And so these are just going to get stitched all the way down. Now you can, if you want, and I'm going to flip this over, stitch from this side, because the point that is most fun when it looks the most perfect is if where these two seams come together right here, if you're able to stitch right there, and that stitch is also perfectly lined up with this seam back here. So we're going to try to do that. If it's not perfect, that's okay. And then you want to let the machine pull everything through because we have a big bias edge here that we're stitching on. And that bias edge is going to stretch if we give it any kind of pull at all. So I'm just barely kind of touching my fingers on there so I can guide it left or right as needed to keep it straight. And that's it. So this edge right here has all kinds of bias stretch in it. So we don't want to touch it if we can help it. Just let the machine do the work. Okay, these are ready for a press. Now, there's really bulk kind of in all directions, so you can kind of pick which direction you want to press. I'm going to press in this direction. A couple reasons. I'm pressing more towards the dark. Also, these seams are at an angle, and this one's straight across. So instead of pressing this bulk right on top of itself, it's spreading it out a little bit. It is what it is. Let's see on the other side how I did on that point. Pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, it might be like a thread or two off, but once that's quilted, that's gonna look pretty perfect. So I'm gonna keep pressing these. And now we can lay these out. Nope, we have our dog ears. So let's go ahead and trim those off first before we lay everything out. So just carefully trimming up to the edge of the square. You could do this with a rotary cutter and ruler if you wanted. These dog ears can totally get cut off with a rotary cutter and ruler. I just like doing it with scissors. Not get my dog ears all over what I'm working on. There we go. Oh, I missed some. How did I do that? All right. There we go. There we go. So I have everything laid out. I have all my dog ears trimmed off. I can put these two together in a row and then these two together as a row and then sew it together. So I'm 3 seams away from getting this block done. Let's stitch these up. Alright, let me lay these out real quick. Nope, not like that. Yep, like that. And I'm going to press towards the pink square on each side. Look, I did it again. There we go. And now we're going to stitch from end to end. And if we can get this point and this point right here to match up perfectly, we'll have a gorgeous little center point, and that always feels really nice. Sometimes, I don't do a lot of restitching, but sometimes I'll restitch that seam right there if I didn't get that right, because there are so many points coming together, and it just does look so nice when you get it hit just right. Okay, so these seams are going this direction, these will go this direction. It lets me pop that center open. Okay, first of all, that's a really cute tiny little pinwheel. I don't know how well you can see that. A cute tiny little pinwheel right there in the middle, and that tells me that I probably did a pretty good job on the front, but I'm gonna wait in suspense just a little bit longer while I actually press this. All right, it's like a couple threads off from perfect. Honestly, it's not exactly perfect, but I have a busy enough background fabric that you can't really tell. It looks pretty good. So there we go. That's our August block complete. That's 8 blocks. We only have 4 more to finish up our 4-patch block of the month. Again, if you're new here, check out that description. I have so many details in that description. Everything that you need to get all caught up on this quilt. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do look out for those questions and comments, so feel free to put questions and comments down below and hit that like button, friends. It lets people know that you enjoy this video and that they might enjoy it as well. And it totally helps within the YouTube algorithm so that I'm seen more. And the more my videos get seen, the more I'm able to make videos for all of you. That's what I have for you today, my friends. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you right here real soon. Bye for now.